I'm just a broken instrument in the hands of the greatest.
As well, Rob Manfred. Welcome.
Oh boy. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Major League Baseball, we welcome you to the 2021 draft. With the first pick of the 2021.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is D Mastermind coming to you just in time with another video on our Angels franchise. And today we have the draft day, the MLB Draft 2021. And let's see what the Angels do here. First, I'm going to show you guys me scouting some of the prospects. So what you'll see here is any of the players that are like their bar is green. Those are people that we scouted pretty well. The yellow ones are people that we got an okay view on what they might look like. And the red, we're pretty much just guessing. And then what you can see on the far right is the potential. And then you'll see what they actually are. So their current overall. And the way grading goes in MLB, if you don't know, there's a scale of 20 to 80. 80 being the max. So you're looking at 80. If you have an 80 grade in a certain category, that means you're top of the top. Like the top 5% of all players at that category. And a 70 grade, that's like an A grade. That's a plus, which is amazing. Then you get a 60 grade, which is like a B grade, which is a plus. They call it plus. So you're above the major league average, you're plus. And then a 50 grade is a major league average. So if you have a 50 in any category, that's going to be major league average. And then 40 is below major league average, and so on and so forth. So you can see some of the prospects we're looking at right here. Reynaldo Aguero, he has some great stuff. Frank Gibson. And we're looking for pitching, of course, with the Angels. That's what you want to look for. So Aguero has 80 grade for the stamina, 75 grade on the hits per nine, and then an 80 grade on the K per nine. So Gibson looks really good there, but his walks per nine is 65. And we're looking for someone that has good walks per nine. We don't want to be giving up a lot of walks, so we take another look. And we're going back and forth here between Gibson and Aguirre. And we're like, ah, man, these guys are close, neck and neck. Just a little scouting there. Aguero. Then we got Doug Garvin here. We don't really like his stuff. Orozco. And during this draft, we're really just going to be pinpointing pitching here. Of course, Richie Blackwell. We took a look at him. Jose Nido. John Turley. And I sped this part up for you guys a bit because I don't think you guys want to see us go through all of it. But what you want to look for is, you can see right there, MLB ETA. So this is the estimated time of arrival of when they're going to get to the big league. So the Angels, we're trying to win now. We have a good window of opportunity right now with Rendon, Trout, and Ohtani. So we're not looking for guys that are going to be big projects necessarily. So I have it sorted so that the best prospects that are the most MLB ready. So I want to be able to bring these guys up within a year or two and see if they can help our big league club. If I can draft them properly, if I can catch some good luck and grab some players that are almost ready. Here we go, looking at a catcher just in case we do want some more catchers in our farm. Dan Christensen. But yeah, so the way the grading work is very interesting. The MLB draft actually just happened the last couple of days. Has been going on in real life, and it's been really interesting to watch. It's really fun. It's such a guessing game and stuff like that. It's so much fun. And you guys can see here we're taking our last couple looks before we get into the draft. This outfielder right here, Josh Dell, he had amazing. This guy was 80 grades, so top of the top elite contact grades from right and left side of the plate. So we're like, oh man, but he had no pop really and a lot of speed, so we didn't really like the opportunity to take him with our first pick, which is the 9th overall pick in the draft. So we're gonna go back in here, and you can see how our team is doing. We have like the best center fielder in the game, the 4th best third baseman, the 3rd best first baseman. Group, really, they graded as a group. Our middle infielders are just middle of the pack and stuff like that. And then Albert Maya, he's at the top of the MLB rankings for prospects right there. Josh Dell is 2nd. So you can see what they're kind of rated right there. Orlando Sam's the 2nd baseman. Really good contact, 70 and 80 grades. Not a lot of power, but then really good fielding grades. He has an 80 fielding grade, and he's already 75 currently, which means he's elite fielder with great contact, and he's almost MLB ready. Then a last look at Josh Dell again, who has an 80 grade arm out there in the fielding. This guy has a good fielding, good speed, but just no power, and that's tough to have that in today's MLB, especially with your first overall pick. You don't want to do something like that. And this is Gibson again. He has that 2-seam slider, change and curve, so he has a nice 4-pitch mix. So he has the capability of staying a starter. And he has 75 break, 80 velocity grade. So that's what kind of confused me. His 2-seamer was an 89 speed, 80 velocity grade, which means he should be throwing 99 to 100. He may not be fully developed, but he should at least be in the 90s. So I'm thinking maybe we got a bad scouting report on him. Maybe we didn't scout him well enough. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to actually go with him or should we go with the Aguero. And whoever we pick first overall here, we're going to actually end up changing their name to Sam Bachman, who the Angels actually drafted with their first pick this year. A big, strong, power right-handed arm that throws from 3/4. He throws 101 miles per hour. And he has a 70 grade slider, which means he's up there with the top of the top on his secondary pitch. And then we just gave another courtesy look to the center fielder Maya. He has an 80 power grade versus righties, a 70 power grade versus lefties. Pretty good contact ratings as well. Great fielding, so he looked like he might be a star. A left-handed bat, 22 years old. He's only 5'7", which is very interesting. And then Carlos Samuel, no, he didn't look like a good prospect. He looked like he might have been poorly scouted, which you can see he was right there in the red, poorly scouted. This guy's a well-rounded player right there as well, Ramon Cordero. I really liked him. He was actually on my big board for my draft. I was like, man, maybe he might be somebody that we can go to here. And as we're rounding down this scouting part right here, we should be digging into the draft here soon. Benedict Riley, center fielder. He wasn't that great he didn't have much power, just about league average in power. Pretty good contact, but then his fielding was just average, so he didn't look like a great pick. Then Rob Fitch here. I mean, he doesn't look like he's that great at anything but fielding and speed. He had 65 grades on contact, 75 power versus righty though, which is great. And the 60 versus left-handers. So I'm like, yeah, this guy looks pretty good. Taking a long look at him here. So what we're going to do here is take one last look at Robert Aguero and see how his stuff looks. He's a real strong prospect if he's there for us at number 9. As we can see again, 80 stamina grade, 75 hit per 9, only 60 K per 9, so he doesn't strike out a lot, but he doesn't walk anyone, which I love, at 75. So he's elite with his contact. And let's see what we do here as we start the MLB draft. And the Pirates are on the board first with the number 1 pick, followed up by the Rangers. And they picked Josh Turley, who we looked at just a little bit, the high school arm, 18 years old. And then Zambrano went second. Orlando Sims, the second baseman with heavy contact, great fielding. Josh Nito. Brad Orozco, okay. He went, look at Turley here. He has elite, he has plus grades on hits per 9 and Ks per 9, which you like to see, but then he's just a little bit wild. That's why I didn't like him. He has a 45 grade for his walks. And then you can see there, Rob Fitch went one team above us to the Kansas City Royals. That guy looked pretty good, but he didn't look like he was elite in that many categories, but his power versus righties, which was 75. 5 grade, which is plus, almost elite. And then Josh Nito right here. He had good watch per 9, so he was really good control. And then he had great stuff. 70 grade on velocity, 80 grade on break. So he looked pretty good. But here we go with our pick. Let's see who the Angels select with that number 9 pick. And the Angels don't want to miss here, as their farm system is only ranked probably about 20th in the MLB. We have a heavy front-loaded farm system with Brandon Marsh, Joe Adele, Jordan Adams. Those guys are in the top 100. And then you get Reed Detmers. And I guess you could throw in Jeremiah Jackson. And after that, you got Aaron Judge. And then 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 We have a lot of about 40 to 45 grade prospects. So we try to see how those players go. So as you guys can see here, it's pretty much between Frank Gibson and Ronaldo Aguero. And we'll see who the Angels go with here, as they're both pretty good prospects. Here comes the pick.
With the
Georgia.
ninth
Here's the
pick
Angels
of the
pick.
2021 MLB Draft, the Los Angeles Angels select
Ronaldo Aguero. As you guys can see here, our 80 potential grade. This guy could be amazing. 5'10", age 20. He's going to be our pick. First pick, baby. And our second pick, we're going to go here with Dave Weatherholtz, most likely. As we're scouting him, he's a huge 6'5", right-handed arm. 18 years old, out of California. Hometown kid. Or do we go with Lucas Godwin? 6'1", 19-year-old out of New York. This guy has amazing walk per nines, and he throws 96 miles per hour, so he could locate his hard fastball. Yeah, we're going to go here with Lucas Godwin for our second pick in the 2021 MLB Draft. And Robert Moya is still on the board, and we give him a long look. Look at that power. 80 power versus righties, 70 versus lefties. Really good contact. This guy looks like he can be great. He's already 70 overall. He's only 5'7" though, which concerns me, and we did not scout him very heavily as he has a red accuracy rating. He should be ready soon. He's already 22. He's not like a high school prospect, but yep, we're gonna go with him. Robert Moya for our third pick. And now we're gonna draft George Haynes for our fourth pick. And then we'll go with Chris Perez here, who has 80 hits per nine, 75 K per nine. This guy looks pretty good, international prospect. And we're gonna speed through these right here. There we go. So this is what we came out with. So Ronaldo Aguero was a pretty good pick there. 91 potential, a 68 overall already. Has really good walks per nine already at 66. Here goes another look at him. Hits per nine, 65. 75 stamina, so we need to build him up a little bit. 78 velocity, 67 break. So he has a 94 mile per hour fastball already, with a good mix with a change and a split. So that was a good pick, guys, out of Panama. We did well there with Godwin at the 88 overall as well. So our first two picks were really good. And let's take a look at some of the other guys. Frank Gibson, same potential, 91, but he's a 75 grade to start out. So he's a little bit more seasoned. He might have been a little bit better pick, but nothing too crazy. As you see some of the other teams right here that drafted pretty well. Vance Floyd, 93 potential. Right fielder, but he's a project. Josh Turley, who we looked at, but he's a project like we thought it would be. Richie Blackman, another project. Not a big project, but 56 overall. We need somebody a little more ready. As you guys know, we're in a tight window. Orozco, that was another name. So his potential is great, 95, but it's going to take him a while. And the Orioles have all the time in the world with their slow build. Josh Nito. Oh man, somebody drafted a 69 overall with their first pick. That's tough. Josh Dell, though. He looks like a solid little prospect. Bartolo Rosario. Orlando Sams, there he goes, 73 overall already, 94 potential. Yep, good pick, like we thought it would be. Good fielding, good contact. Rob Fitch at 99 potential, man. One pick above us, he went. 73 power already, 70 overall already. Great speed, already good reaction on his fielding, but he needs to be able to get a couple more of those ratings up. But a 99 potential, we got to keep a lookout on him on the Royals. He almost came to us, guys. He almost came to us. One pick. But I think we still would have won with the pitching there. But this is very interesting. That is really cool to see. So this guy has a 99 potential. He could be the Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, Mike Trout type of player. That's the type of potential he has. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So we have a pretty good draft, guys. Hope you guys like it.
Yeah, I'm just a broken instrument in the hands of the greatest.